Previously on The Sims 4 Big Brother.
Level 8 of this Big Brother game introduced the classic mode once again to the house. So the house guests were able to take it easy with only one HOH that could nominate whoever they wanted to. Only 2 people are up on the block, and it's going to be a good, easy week game mode-wise. However, that was not the case for the HOH, as there was a shark in the water and the house guests had to take a slippery slide into the ocean, eventually resulting in Rashida becoming the new head of household. Kaori tried to rebuild bridges with the HOH that she burned down not too long ago, and tried to form some new relationship with the girls. However, none of them were too successful, as no one can really trust her or her over-the-top reactions. Meanwhile, Bob, on the other hand, continued to isolate himself. He's been a little bit too focused on that body transformation, and not to mention that he has lit the house on fire, 5 times by now? So it wasn't too big of a surprise that when Rashida had to make her nominations, she ended up choosing not only Bob Pancakes, but ended up also choosing Kaori to face the block. Now, Bob and Kaori are nominated. However, with the power of veto in play, will one of them remove themselves from the block, or will they stay the same and one be sent home on Friday? Find out now on Sims 4 Big Brother. Hi all my beanie weenies, this is Hot Dogs, and we have a pretty short and fast episode today, so we are hopping right into it and picking players for the power of veto. And first up is our HOH Rashida. And Rashida has picked Zoe to compete alongside her in the veto. Next up is our 2 nominees, Bob and Kaori. And we're going to have Bob go first. And Bob has picked Vanessa to compete in the power of veto. Last but not least, we have Kaori. And Kaori has picked Mark. So, Mark, Kaori, Zoe, Rashida, Vanessa, and Bob, the 6 of you will compete in the Power of Veto competition, which starts right now. So everyone, head on into the backyard, and let's get this Power of Veto started. Welcome, house guests, to the In the Deep Power of Veto competition. And we are back on the beach for the competition this week. And the 6 of you will be competing in a diving competition. In just a moment, you will all go on and climb up onto your diving platform and jump into the pool. Whoever is able to have a successful dive will continue on to the next round. If you splash and hurt yourself, you will be eliminated, and it will increase in difficulty in every round until eventually there is only one left, and the person left will win Power of Veto for the week. Alright everyone, why don't you go ahead and change into your swimwear and go ahead and climb onto a diving board in front of you. Alright, when they were ready, they all went ahead and took their turn. And obviously, Vanessa and Mark did not do too well. They hesitated and fell face first into the pool. Therefore, both of them have been eliminated. It also seems like some of our house guests have lost their clothes. Both Rashida and Bob are naked now. However, I will not be eliminating them as their dive was technically totally fine. If they're able to continue on the competition naked without being too embarrassed, they can keep fighting. So if the four of you are ready, you can go ahead and begin your second dive. Wow, okay, so Zoe did an amazing backflip while everyone else belly flopped. So that does mean congratulations, Zoe, you have won the power of veto. Everyone head on into the living room and let's see how she uses it. Alright, Zoe, you have won the power of veto. Now it is up to you if you use it or keep noms the same, and of course that will be determined by your relationship statuses. If you are very close to either of the two nominees, more so than the HOH, you will use the veto on them. However, looking at your relationship statuses, it is clear that you are closest to Rashida, therefore you will not be using the power of veto. And that does mean Bob and Kaori, the two of you remain on the block and one of you will be going home on Friday. And that concludes the veto ceremony. And I love that Bob stayed naked throughout the whole thing. He just doesn't care. Ever since shaving his beard and losing weight, he's completely comfortable in his body, I think. While everyone else seems to be a little bit uncomfortable. I'm surprised at how fast that veto went, especially since no one's been practicing their dives, but Zoe seemed to have it down pretty fast. Meanwhile, everyone else is just kind of spreading out slowly as Bob tries to get some alone time naked in the arcade, but it's not quite how that sounds. And as Kaori does some cleaning, that's going to conclude our footage from the house in today's episode. But the episode has been pretty lackluster. I mean, it's only been a couple minutes, I feel like. It's like the shortest episode so far. So I thought I would treat you guys with a little special guest appearance of our jury house. Now, we only have one jury member so far, and that is, of course, Angela. And she has moved over next door into the warden's den, where it has been completely made over by Kate Emerald. Again, now you might have remembered Kate Emerald from my challenge series. I downloaded her house and used it for that, but I did a little makeover. This time I did not make over at all. It's completely her creation. And again, it's right next door and it's decked out in gold. So this might be a tiny segment as Angela can't really get up to too much trouble all by herself, but this is how she settled into the new jury house. Now, of course, the perk of being first jury member is you do get the house by yourself for a week, and she's the first to be able to pick her bed, so of course she chooses the master bedroom. Now, the jury house does have a lot of perks. For one, it has working televisions, it has bars, pools, everything that they had inside the house. But it also is a way for them to really grow their relationships on a whole new level, as I will not be really in control at all. I let them do their thing on the side while the Big Brother game continues, and I don't know, maybe we'll end up running into some fun scenarios along the way. Angela looks as though she's checked out the house quite a bit. She made herself a glass of wine and then just completely left it at the bar in order to jump into this pool and then eventually climb right out to sunbathe. She's just like kind of overwhelmed with all the things she can do by herself. And you know what? I'm a bit overwhelmed too with the whole new job and everything. Sorry for the late video, but we will have a new one at the end of the week when we have someone else join Angela in the jury house. So until I see you guys then, bye.